Welcome everyone to your yoga meditation practice today. Please start in a seated position. You can have a small cushion under your bum if you wish. You can sit with your legs in front of you, cross-legged like I am, or you could even sit on your shins if that was something that was comfortable for you. Whatever allows you to have the most spaciousness through the part of your spine, especially the low back, and gives you some freedom in your breath so that you don't feel like you're slouching or being kind of rolled back on your bum. Palms can face up or down on your thighs. We'll do an inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears, back and down. Do it again, inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. And we're going to reverse. Inhale the shoulders back, up towards the back of the ears, forward, and then down. Okay, inhale, roll the shoulders back, up to the back of the ears, forward, and down. Beautiful. Close your eyes. This is feel comfortable or safe. However, you can keep the eyes half open, looking at the bridge of your nose as a focal point. And take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, feeling the belly and ribs expand and collapse as you connect your awareness to this rise and fall of your breath. And just check in. It's always very important to build our awareness within not just the mind, but in the body. How are you feeling today? Taking a few moments to really acknowledge where you're at emotionally, mentally, and physically. Knowing as we move through this practice today, it's going to be very much, there's strength for sure in it, but there's definitely a restorative underlining theme to our practice today. And this is essentially asking you to what is it that you need today? What kind of self-acknowledgement or self-care is best for this moment in time? As I may guide you through our physical postures today, you always have a choice. You always have the ability to see what is the best direction for you in each moment. Okay, I'm merely a guide here. So I'd like to have you ask yourself a question. What is it that I need today? Like, what is it that you wish to cultivate? And you can usually understand what this is simply by connecting to how you're feeling in this moment. So if you're feeling heavy, maybe you want to cultivate lightness. You're feeling overwhelmed, maybe you want to cultivate simplicity. Okay, simplicity in the mind or simplicity in your movements, for example. So take the next 4 breaths to ask yourself this question. Just see kind of what comes up for you. And then we'll get into the physical component of the practice. Okay, lovely. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Start to rub them together quite strongly and really give some invigoration to this movement. You feel the palms heat up and the texture, the friction. And as you go a little bit faster and a little bit faster with the hands, you can feel that strength right up through the arms and the shoulders. Okay, place the hands over the eyes so there's some darkness cultivated. Blink your eyes open. Take a deep breath in and out. And release the hands from your face. Beautiful. We're going to move into more of a restorative start and then up into our more active postures. So being on your hands and knees here. If your knees are sensitive, put a cushion or a pillow underneath them. I'm going to stretch the arms out towards the edges of the mat. Okay. We're going to ideally try to keep that bum over our knees. Okay, as we walk the hands more forward, the heart starts to move down towards the ground, and perhaps the forehead touches the floor. Okay, our forehead does not have to touch the floor. We can have a pillow or a block or book under our head. And if there's sensitivity in the arms, we can go a little wider with the hands, especially if there's numbness in the fingers, stuff like that. Okay, we're trying to almost like bellow the heart towards the floor. 3 deep breaths. You can walk your bum back, walk the hands back, bum sits towards the heels, knees go wide, and let your forehead come down towards the ground and your hips sink towards your heels. You could stack your forearms if that's a little nicer for your forehead. You could also have a cushion under your bum. This is child's pose, and you can come to this posture at any time during our practice. Breathe wide through the side body, allowing the jaw and tongue to relax. We'll come back up to tabletop, hands and knees. Okay, step that left hand forward ahead of your right, a full hand print. We're going to take the right arm, weave it underneath the left. We did this last week in the previous video. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and let the shoulder come down and the head come towards the floor. Now for some of us, we're going to require a little cushion under the head, and we may find that the shoulder doesn't completely touch the ground, and that's fine. Okay, we can continue to stretch the left arm forward over our head, breathing in deeply and allowing ourselves to sink in towards that right arm. Hips are still over our knees in a general way. Tongue and jaw are soft. We can unwind, come back up, and we'll change sides. So right hand steps forward, left arm weaves underneath the right, tap the left shoulder down, head maybe to the floor. It depends on your body. You could have a pillow under there. Then we can stretch the right arm forward, breathing big, wide breaths into the chest, getting a stretch to the back of the left shoulder blade. And some of us may be finding curving down towards the ground is nice, or turning the heart open for more of a twist. You'll have to see what's best for you. Take 2 deep breaths. Okay, come back to center, hands under the shoulders. Now let's go to downward facing dog. Okay, in downward dog, immediately let's bend the right knee in, keep the right toes on the ground, and press the left heel to the floor, straightening the left leg. And then inhale, switch sides, right heel presses to the floor, left knee in, press strongly through your arms. Okay, let's switch. Inhale, bend the right knee in, left heel down, press through the hands. Inhale, switch, right heel down, left knee in. Beautiful. Let's bring our heels up a little higher, bend the knees more, and then press through the arms for our downward dog. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, drop your knees, point your toes, and bring your chest all the way to the ground. Let's do 3 baby cobras. Inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, look forward. Exhale, bring your nose to kiss the floor. Inhale, lift the heart up, shoulders back, no weight in the hands. Exhale, come down. Okay, last one. And exhale through the knees, press back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, nice and high. Pull the core in, and then exhale, step your right foot up to your right thumb. It may take you a couple steps, that's okay. Right foot's a little right of center. We're in a lunge position. Fingertips on the ground on either side of your front foot. Inhale, lengthen and lift your heart forward. Lift your hips a little higher, and then exhale, downward facing dog, short and sweet. Inhale. Okay, we bring those toes together, lift the left leg to the sky, step the left foot forward up to your left thumb, little left of center. Come onto your fingertips, inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do it again. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward to your right hand. Lengthen forward, inhale, lift the hips higher. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, last time, inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it forward up to your left hand. Fingertips, inhale, lengthen forward, look forward, squeeze your bum. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, look forward to the front of your mat. Start to walk to the front of your mat to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, bow, step into plank. Inhale to hold here. Exhale, drop your knees, point your toes, and bring your chest all the way to the ground. Interlace your fingers over your bum. Lift the hands up off your bum. You could also have a strap between your hands. Inhale, lift the heart, and hold. Press down through the tops of your feet. 2 deep breaths more. Exhale, downward dog. Release the hands, press back. Inhale, walk to the front of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lengthen, big breath in. And then exhale to bow. Inhale, reach the sky, arms come all the way up overhead. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to pause, notice how you feel. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, plant your palms, and we'll take a step back with the left foot. Okay, rooting the left heel down, and walk your right foot a little right of center for warrior one. Bend the front knee forward. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Looking forward, exhale, lunge, and just draw your right hip back a little bit. Straighten up the back left leg. Go ahead and grab your left wrist with your right hand, turning the left palm out. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, lean over towards that bent right leg. Okay, so leaning towards the right. Press firmly through the outer edge of your left foot to get that long stretch from the left heel, outer edge, all the way through the armpit to the left wrist. Inhale, reach the sky, swing the arms down behind your back, interlace your fingers. Press them back. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, start to bow forward over your front right leg. Lifting the hands up off your back. There could be a strap between the hands. We're going to consciously draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Tuck the chin, reach the knuckles up and away from your bum and hold. And press through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach the sky. Exhale, plant the palms to the floor. Take a step back with that left foot for a lunge. We were here earlier already. Coming onto your fingertips or blocks if you have them. Okay? We'd like to see the hips kind of in line with the level of our shoulders. Doing some gentle movements here. As you breathe in, lift the hips a little, look forward, lengthen. As you breathe out, start to straighten up your front leg, curl your nose towards your knee, and keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, re-lunge, fingertips, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, press through the front leg to straighten it, curl your nose towards your knee, and lift the back heel higher. Good, again, inhale, re-lunge, look forward. Exhale, core pulls in, press the ground away, and curl in. 2 more times, total of 5. Inhale, and exhale. Draw the right hip back a little. Inhale, last time. And exhale. Good. Inhale back into your lunge. And we'll exhale to downward facing dog. Step back. Inhale forward into plank. Place your right hand under your nose and slightly forward of your face. Look under your body, feet are hip distance. Roll into the outer edge of your right foot, inner arch of your left. And then lift your left arm off the ground. Now, this isn't going to be mirrored for you, so just remember that it's your right hand down and your left arm up. Okay, option is we can lift the hips higher, and if we're feeling like the availability is there, you can lift your left leg. 3, 2, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, drop your knees, point the toes, bring yourself all the way to the ground. Baby cobra, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart and gaze. Exhale, downward dog, possibly through the knees or straight up and back. Inhale, walk to the front of your mat, forward fold, halfway lift, and bow. Inhale, reach the sky, arms come all the way up overhead. Look up if you wish. And hands to the heart, always returning our energy and our focus to the heart center. One deep breath. And out. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lengthen. This time, step the left foot back. Okay, and root the foot. Okay, we'll inhale, reach the sky, arms come up overhead. Oh, I'm sorry, it would be the right foot back. Right foot back. My apologies for that. Right foot back. Okay, warrior 1 feet, a little bit of hip distance there, of course, and then inhale, reach for the sky. Okay, as we find our lunge forward, the back right heel is firmly rooted and the back knee is straight. We can draw the left hip back, squaring the hips forward. Okay, we'll turn the left palm out, turn the right palm out, grab the left wrist. That totally switched on me. You're going to turn the right palm out, grab the right wrist, stretch up as you inhale, and exhale, lean over to the left. Press firmly through your back right foot. Pull the navel in a little bit, and then activate your right glute to stabilize the back leg. Inhale back to center, sweep your arms behind you. Interlace the unusual way to feel a little bit different. Stretch the arms back. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Keeping the lunge over the knee. Tuck the chin. Lift the arms off your back, possibly with a strap between your hands. And let's draw that left hip back a little bit, just realigning the pelvis. We can even play with trying to squeeze the upper arms together behind us. But if we've really tighten the neck and the shoulders, be kind to those arms. Inhale, let's press to the front leg, reach for the sky all the way up. Squeeze your bum. Exhale, plant the hands to the ground and take a fairly big step back just with that right foot. Okay, coming into our lunge, the right heel is over the right toes and our front foot is a little left of center. Breathing in, come to the fingertips, lengthen up the heart, look forward. Exhale, curl the spine down, nose to knee, and start to straighten the front left leg. Inhale, re-lunge, lengthen the heart, lift the hips a little. Exhale, straighten the front leg, curl the nose to the knee as we bow down. Okay, we've got 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push through that front leg to straighten the left leg, curling into yourself. Okay, 2 more, go on your own. Try not to sink the hips. And when we're straightening the front leg, draw the left hip back a little bit. Good, last one. It's very common to have one side a little tighter than the other. Good. And we'll plant the palms, step back to downward dog temporarily. Inhale forward into plank. Place your left hand under your nose, slightly forward of your face. Look under your body. We're going to roll into the outer edge of the left foot, inner arch of the right foot. And we'll reach the right arm to the sky. So now I am mirroring you on this side. So right arm up, left arm down. And we're flexing in the feet, pushing the ground away through our left hand. We can stay here or potentially lift that right leg for 3, kick out through the heel 2, and then downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Option to drop the knees, chaturanga all the way to the ground. Baby cobra, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. And exhale, downward dog. Tuck the chin, maybe through the knees if we need to give the legs a break. If we'll bring the knees to the floor, bring your forearms to the floor. Going to get a little more through those arms and heart. Okay. And you can keep your arms down if you're looking at the video. We're going to make sure that our arms are shoulder distance apart by grabbing our elbows. So even if we're on the ground, we could grab the elbows and make sure that distance is correct. Okay, place the palms face down, or we can interlace the fingers, okay, depending on how you're feeling. I'm going to try hands separate today. Look underneath your body, walk the knees back, curl the toes under, and we're going to press down and away through the forearms and the palms and lift the hips up and back. This is dolphin pose. If you feel like there's a little bit of restriction in the shoulder, you could try the interlace with the pinky fingers pointing forward, and then come back up and see how that feels. That was better for me. Okay, walk the feet a little further back, bend the knees a little more, press through those arms, and then you're going to inhale forward, so your nose is over your hands, and then exhale back, press back. Inhale forward, like a little forearm plank, exhale back. One more time. Exhale back, one deep breath. And then exhale, release the knees to the floor, shift your bum to your heels, reach your hands to your feet, and then curve into yourself for a child's pose with the knees together or wide, it's up to you. Okay, 3 breaths here. Notice how you're feeling. If there's any particular emotions, we work a lot through the shoulders that definitely can surface. So just be kind to yourself if we've got a little bit of that going on. And if you need more rest at any time, you can absolutely always take it. Okay, tabletop, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, walk to the front of your mat to forward folds, halfway lengthen. And exhale to bow. Inhale, reach the sky, arms come all the way up overhead. Hands return to heart center. Again, just reconnecting ourselves to the moment, our needs in this moment, and the stability of the breath. Let's step to the middle of the mat, widen the feet, about 4 or 5 feet wide. Reach the arms out into a T shape. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Relax the shoulders a little. And then inhale, drop the left hand down, the right arm over. So I'm mirroring you. Press through the right foot. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, other side. Right arm down, left arm over. Press through the left foot. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, center. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach over the right arm, press through the right foot, pull the navel in, and exhale, center. Inhale the other side, press through the left foot, navel in, and then exhale, center. One more time on your own. Go ahead. We'll interlace the fingers behind your back. Could have a strap. If this doesn't really fly for your shoulders, hands to hips are perfect. Okay? So you could interlace if it's accessible today. Breathing in, grow tall, and then exhale, fold forward. Toes point slightly in, little bend in our knees, tuck the chin, looking underneath your body, and let the hands roll off your back, reaching towards the back of your head. You can attempt to squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit to release the front of the shoulders and chest. Maybe even one day, squeezing the palms together. Rebalance the weight in your feet. Option to close our eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Okay, we're going to inhale. Bend the knees and come halfway up, allowing the hands to go towards your bum. Stretch the heart forward, but the gaze is down. And release the hands towards the floor. Okay, we'll place the left hand under your nose, slightly forward of your face. You could even tent your fingers if you'd like, and then lift your heart to straighten your elbow. Okay, we're going to bend the right knee. Place the right hand on the base of your spine. Inhale to lengthen forward, then exhale, twist open to your right. Okay, we could straighten the leg a little bit, just a gentle little twist here, and then release back down. Place the left hand on the floor, right hand on the floor, left hand on the base of your spine. Breathe in to lengthen, exhale to twist. And we can certainly have the left knee bent if we wish, or press strong. Okay, come back to center, hands to the floor. We're going to walk our hands as we do this. Okay, as we breathe in, we're going to go ahead and bend the right knee and lean a little bit more to the right, and then exhale to center. Bend the left knee, lean a little bit more to the left, and then exhale to center. One more time, both sides. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale one last time to fold, and maybe we've gone now a little bit further than before. Inhale, lift up, halfway, fingers still on the ground. So walk your hands to frame your front foot, the front of your mat, and step to downward dog. Reach back. Okay, if you'd like to do a flow here, you're welcome to, or you can be in child's pose or a seated position while others go ahead and do their flow. We're all going to meet in tabletop on our hands and knees. Okay. Just a little bit of core and rebalancing for the back. Okay, we can bring the knees together. If our wrists are a little bit feeling sore, we can make fists with our hands. Okay, that's a nice way to strengthen the wrists as well. You reach your right arm forward in front of you, and then reach your left leg back behind you. Pull the core in, and stretch out through the heel of the left foot and the pinky of the right hand. Looking down for stability. Breathing strong. We're going to inhale, lift the leg, lift the arm, and then exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow, and curl your back as you press the ground away. Inhale, extend. You can look forward now if you'd like. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Last extension. And exhale, relax the hand to the knee. Okay, let's do the other side. You can stretch out the right leg, kick out through the heel, left arm forward. If this doesn't really work for you, the hand can stay down. Okay, really stretch out through the right leg, left arm, pull the low ribs in and hold for a moment. And notice if your right hand and a certain part of your hand is taking most of the weight, we can relax and shift the weight through the hand so it feels even. Okay, breathing in, lift the leg, lift the arm, and then exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow as you curl your spine to the ceiling. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, squeeze in. Again, inhale. And exhale, squeeze in. Last extension. Exhale, relax hand and knee. Let's give yourself a little hip roll. So as you roll the hips to your heels, and then full circle forward towards your thumbs, like you're drawing a big circle with your bum. And you can align the breath with this. Maybe when you shift back to your heels, it's your inhale, and shift forward to your hands, it's your exhale. And we're going to change directions now. And one more circle. Beautiful. From here, we can reach our right leg back, toe on the ground. Okay, we're going to step that right foot across and over our left leg. So if we look to the left, we can see our right foot. Now the common thing here will be the right hip will sink down. So let's lift that right hip off the ground. Press out through the right heel. Get the foot over as far as we feel is accessible. And then we're going to walk our hands a little further to the left and then look to our back leg. And take a few deep breaths trying to lift the right hip and ground through the right big toe, that toe you're looking at. Good. Come back to center. Realign your hands under your shoulders. We're going to stretch the left foot back, stretch the left foot over the right. So you're on the right toes. Ball of the foot is relatively on the ground. Heel is over the toes. Okay. We're going to make sure as we look over our right shoulder, we can see our left foot. And you could even walk the hands a little further over to the right as we curve our side body. And we squeeze the right side body so it's compressing, extending the left side body, lifting the left hip, and trying to keep that left big toe rooted to the ground as we look back towards it. It's very common to sink the hip, and we're trying to keep those hips level. Squeezing right shoulder towards right hip. Breathing into the left side. Last time. Good, and then relax back. Okay, downward facing dog. Generous bend in your knees just to give a nice consideration to your low back and a strong push through your arms. Okay, beautifully done. Inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Start to open your right hip towards the right, and you're going to look under your left armpit. So you might be able to actually see your right foot in the air. Bend the left knee a little bit more, press through the arms, and try to spiral your heart to the left towards that foot that's in the sky as the right hip opens. 3, 2, and relax the right foot down. Other side, and we're getting a lot of shoulder work in today. Lift the left leg, bend the left knee so the heel goes to the bum. Start to kick that left heel up behind you to open the left hip, and look under your right armpit. You might be able to see your foot. You're going to spiral the heart towards the right as we continue to open the hip to the left. So a little twist here. Bend into your right knee a little more. Press through the arms so you're not sagging into the shoulders. 3, big breaths, 2, and 1, child's pose. Release down. Arms towards your feet. Head towards the ground. Okay, 3 deep breaths. Especially up through the upper back. Like very wide breaths to your upper back. I'm just going to check our time. Starting to get a little bit more freedom through the rib cage and the neck and shoulders. So if you've been typing a lot or you're on the computer, those sorts of things, this is really good for that. A little bit of intensity goes a long way in the shoulders. Okay, let's move up to standing. So just go as you want to. Okay, there's no breath work here to get us up. And we're going to go through some lunge flows. Right, hands to heart center. Chin can draw down momentarily so you can establish your stability, and taking a deep breath in and out through your nose. Okay, inhale, reach your arms to the sky, look up if you'd like. Little back bend at the top so you can lift your heart a little bit more than usual, and then exhale, fold forward navel and bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lengthen heart forward. Exhale, step your left foot back, knee to the floor. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, stretch up, squeeze your bum, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, drop the knees, point the toes, and only come halfway to the ground, bending the elbows back. Inhale, full upward dog, so we straighten the elbows, lift the knees, lift the gaze. Not accessible, do what is. And then exhale over the toes to downward facing dog. And inhale to step the left foot forward. Exhale to bring the right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, squeeze your bum, look up. Exhale, step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach the sky, squeeze your bum as you lift, arms overhead, little back bend if you'd like, lift the heart, gaze. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's continue. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees as you go. Breathing in, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, this time step the right foot back and bring your knee to the floor. Inhale, reach the sky, pressing through that front leg, lift the heart, squeeze your bum. Exhale, downward dog. You can always skip the flows as a reminder. Inhale, forward into plank. Drop the knees, point the toes. Really anchor those feet as you come halfway to the ground, bending the elbows. Inhale, straighten the elbows. Lift the knees. Lift the gaze. Shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog as you pull your core in. Inhale, step your right foot forward, knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms. Look up if you can. And then exhale, core in, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bow. Inhale, reach the sky, arms come up overhead. Look up if you wish. And hands to heart center. Take a moment of stillness. Reconnect to your stability, your inner stability. And that slightly restorative style we're going for. Noticing how you feel. Okay, with your hands on your hips. Just a little bit of balancing before it come back to the floor. Okay, you're going to root down through your right foot and bring your left knee forward and through. Okay, squeeze your right glute, pull your core in, lift tall. Point your left toes, breathing in. As you exhale, start to extend your left leg behind you. Straighten out your left leg, tap the toe on the ground, and then lift the heart. We tend to sag in the upper chest in this one. For toppling tree, as we start to topple literally over that right hip crease, we want to have a small bend in our right leg. Drawing the core in, we only topple as far as that back leg is teetering us. Bring your hands to your low back, palms face up. Draw the shoulders back, elbows up, and then find a point of focus for your eyes. So a lot of work for the outer hip. I've been doing a lot of stretching there. Okay, a little bit more engagement required. If you're getting really shaky or the body's tired, just don't go so far. We've got 4 deep breaths left. Bring the left knee forward and through. Bring your hands on the front shin or the back of the left thigh. Grow tall. Okay, we've got one more set here. If you need a break, take it. Hands to your hips and drop your left knee in line with your right. Start to kick the left heel up behind you and start to lift the heart a little higher. Variation on dancer's pose. So reach the right arm forward. Fingers spread wide, open to receive, and then kick that left heel up behind you as you squeeze the heel to your left glute. Okay, if the hamstring's a little bit tired or weak, we may need to be more kind here. 3 deep breaths. Find a point of focus. If you know dancers and you would prefer the hand grip to the inside of the left foot, you can with the left hand, but just be mindful of the why behind why you're doing it. Good. Release. Root into the left foot and give your ankle, your right ankle roll. So I'm not mirroring you here. I'm actually rolling my right ankle. Good. You might even just want like a little wiggle. Okay, we'll do the other side. So now rooting down through the left foot, bringing the right foot behind you. I apologize again, I'm not mirroring you in this one. Okay, and we can start, with the right leg in front. Nice and high. Okay, we grow tall, we point the right toes. Now we can extend the right toes back, tapping the toes to the ground so we get that length from the big toe through the front of the heart before we do our teeter. Teetering on the left hip as we start to do so, checking in the left knee's a little bit bent. Hands can stay on the hips, or you can bring the backs of the hand to the sacrum area and draw the elbows back. Deep breathing while maintaining core strength. And we can either point the toe as I am right now, or you can flex the ankle and kick through the heel, and some people find that much more strengthening. If we look slightly down, it'll help the neck. And then notice where the weight is in the sole of your left foot. A few more seconds. Accommodate the body as it feels more challenged. This is personally one of my weaker areas, so my body is not very happy. So try to smile through it. Good. Let's bring it forward and through the knee. Hands to the shin or the back of the thigh. Big breath in and out. Now we'll do dancers. Bring the right knee in line with the left. Flex your right ankle, hands to hips. Start to kick your right heel up behind you. Lift the heart in the opposite direction, and then bend a little into your standing leg. You may hold here, and just work on steadying the breath with your challenge. Some of us might prefer the hand grip, but again, really ask yourself why you're doing it. Is it because it's easier, or is it because it's best for your body? Okay. We'll hold for about 3 or 4 breaths. Find a point of focus for your eyes. Give yourself that upliftment with every inhale and the relaxation of the shoulders in every exhale. Good. Release the foot. Ooh. Give yourself your ankle roll. Maybe a little leg shake. Ooh. And then stand, feet hip distance apart, arms down beside you, and just start to swirl your arms around you like they're completely dead weights, and they're just kind of tapping you as you go. Get a little momentum. It's going to help release that lateral fascial line that you were just working with and strengthening. And then eventually slow down. Oh, it's better. And come back to center. Okay, let's come to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Big breath in, and then exhale, bow forward, bend the knees as you go. Breathe in halfway, lengthen heart forward. Exhale, come into plank, temporarily, very temporary. Drop the knees and bring yourself to your chest. Right onto your belly. Bring your arms forward in front of you. This is just a great overall reset for the low back. If your shoulders are tender, bend your elbows. Okay? You don't have to do it with straight arms. Or if you're just tired. I'm feeling a little tired after that. Okay, when you're ready, breathe in. Lift your left leg and your right arm. Chest and face will naturally lift. It might be nicer for the neck just to look slightly down. And as you breathe in and lift the leg, try to keep the front of your hips on the ground. So it's not the hip lifting, it's the back of the leg lifting. Good, relax. Other side, left arm, right leg. Try not to put too much weight in your right arm. Almost there. And relax. Good, now this is the best part. Both arms, both legs, chest and face. I'm going to bend my elbows for this one. Maybe the big toes can touch. Breathing in for 3, 2, and relax. Let's press back to child's pose slowly. If you wish to have some cat-cows, if that feels accessible for this moment, you can, or you can go right into stillness. Oh yeah, sinking those hips and the low back into child's pose. You can either stack your arms or bring your forehead to the ground. It's up to you. Okay, 5 deep breaths. Allowing each breath as a way to access a regenerative energy or intention, restorative intention. Each breath is allowing you to soften, allowing some restfulness. Okay, when we're ready, if we want to just stay in child's pose longer, you can always do that. Always, always, always. Okay, from your child's pose, you're going to weave the right arm under the left and soften down. If this isn't accessible, maybe the hips don't love this, put a pillow under your arm and your head so the ground comes to you. Okay, just a very gentle twist. You could even put your left hand under your head as the right arm is under the left. And breathe into that gentle twist. Good, and come back and we'll change sides. Okay, so it's the left arm under the right. Shoulder could be on a pillow. Same thing with the head. Or we could have our right arm under our head, gazing towards our left hand. Tongue is relaxed, jaw is soft. go ahead and rise up to hands and knees. Now we'll step the right foot forward in between the hands. I'm going to just switch my direction so it's easier for me to accommodate the view. So it's the right foot forward, which is likely not going to be mirroring you again, just so I can turn towards you. Okay, back knee is down behind you. We're going to walk that right foot a little to the right. Turn the right toes out slightly to the right. And then if the left hand, it's a bit difficult to get to the ground, maybe our limbs, like our legs are a bit long or such, you can put blocks or books or a pillow under the left hand. Okay, I'm going to keep the left hand down directly under the shoulder so it aligns. And the back knee can either be on the ground, okay, or on a pillow. As we turn those right toes out slightly, the right hand goes on the top of the right thigh, and we're going to twist open. Squeeze your left glute. It's going to help open the front of the left hip. This can be as restorative as you want it to be. Okay. We could even start to peel our right big toe off the floor, rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, and the right thigh moves away from us. If we're sensitive in the low back, just keep more lift in your pelvis and less sink to the floor. Okay, the last variation on this is to twist back, and maybe one day, we did a lot of quad work, you can grab the back foot and twist fully open. We did a lot of quad work. My quads have been really tight lately, so I hope that maybe one day this will be accessible. Okay, a few deep breaths. Pull that navel in, lift up from the low back. Okay, so space in the low back. Good, release the back foot. Bring the right hand to the floor. Bring the right foot to the floor. Okay, and you can stay here for a moment longer or even come a little further down. This is meant to be a hip opener, so it's not accessible, it doesn't feel good, then you're welcome to any variation that is best for you. Okay, come back up onto your hands. Walk your right foot back a little bit. Okay, so back, 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 back. Okay, place your left hand kind of at the center mat under your nose almost. And we're going to roll on to the outer edge of the left leg. So it's going to look like the right leg too, but it's the left leg, this back leg. We're going to sit down onto the left hip. Walk our right leg back, walk, 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 walk. Straighten out the left leg. So there's flexion in the left foot if you look back to it. We can use our right hand to help us transition the left hand further away from the body. And we can tuck the right heel in a little bit. Now this is a nice stretch for the side body. If this is like a bit of a pretzel situation for you, you can adjust your right foot to wherever is comfortable or even alongside the left. Okay, and the closer the left hand is, the deeper the stretch to the side body. Okay, heart faces forward. Okay, let's adjust ourselves. So we soften out by walking the hand away, press through the right foot, the knee that's bent, and we can turn ourselves back to downward facing dog for a big stretch and a big bend in the knees. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, I'm going to pivot so that I'm again just facing you. We'll step the left foot forward and bring the right knee down. Walk the left foot over to the left side of our mat, turn the left toes out. Right hand is on the ground, block, or cushion, and the left hand is on top of the left thigh. The back toes can be curled or flat. It's really up to what feels stable to you. Okay, and the knee could be cushioned. You can stay here, turning your heart open for a gentle twist, breathing deeply, relaxing the shoulders, and finding a point for your eyes to gaze upon. Of course, the variation is to start to peel your big toe off the ground, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, and very gently press the left thigh away from you. Turning the heart open, pressing the ground away through the right hand, and lifting up a little through the low back. We don't want to totally sag towards the floor. One day, a possibility could be to reach the left arm back, to grab the right foot, and turn open a little further. This is a one-day possibility no matter your body or who you are. We could also use a strap to extend the length of that left arm to reach the foot. few seconds left. And if you have the grip of the foot, you release it. Left foot comes down. Transition the hands to the inside of the left foot, and maybe we stay here or we come a little further down for a very deep hip opener. If we wanted to do this style, but our forearms couldn't quite meet the ground, we get the ground to us. We put blocks, we put books, we bring it to us so we could still possibly adjust the posture to the body's needs. Okay, let's rise up. Let's do that side body stretch. Walk the left foot back, back, back. I'm going to roll into the outer edge of the right foot and bring the right hip down. Step the right hand away from the body. Okay, we might just need to adjust to feel like we're on the side of the right hip. And then the left knee can be bent as much or as little depending on you. Mine, I feel like, is fairly comfortable close in. And then you can flex your right ankle. Okay, this can be a lovely side stretch as is, or we can walk that right hand closer, which is going to lift us higher for a deeper side stretch. And we're not looking at the arm up at the shoulder, right? We have a little bit of strength there with the arm, keeping us lifted. Okay, when you're done, downward facing dog. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths, our downward dog, or even optional last flow. Okay? Any variation you'd like. It also can be just nice to wiggle in downward dog, especially as we're getting close to the closing end of our practice. Okay, we are going to come down to the ground. I'm just going to double check our time because I can't see it. All right, sit down and bring the feet together, knees open wide. And this can be more accessible by sitting on a cushion, as our hips, the joint, the external rotation, is unique to each person's body structure. Okay? How much we can externally rotate is really dependent on our bone structure, not necessarily flexibility. So sitting on a cushion or putting cushions under your knees or having the feet further away from you rather than close could actually be more optimal for you. Okay, so feet together. You can breathe in, grow tall, and then start to fold forward. We can look towards our feet, and if we tend to be a bit of a fiddler, or fidgeter I should say, not a fiddler, that'd be a little funny, a fidgeter, then maybe we need to just give ourselves a little massage in our feet so that our hands are at least doing something productive. We're going to allow the chin to drop in and a little weight of the arms on the legs if that feels nice. Okay, you can rise up slowly. And we'll widen our feet to the edges of our mat. This is a very good one to have a cushion under your bum. Many, many years I had to have blocks and cushions under my bum or even under the knees. Okay, if your hamstrings are like not having this today, then put some blocks under your knees. Make it accessible. Okay, there's no need to cause more strain in the body, and when it's just not necessary. You know, if you got a bit of a gushy bum. I say that because I have a bit of a gushy bum. You may need to pull the flesh of the bum out of the way so you're more prominently on your sit bones. Okay, we'll sit up tall and we'll just start to walk the hands a little bit forward. And a little can go a long way. I'm just going to do a little today. I can already feel it. I don't need any more than that. So, be mindful of that when you choose your placement. And then you can look forward or slightly down, especially being mindful of how the neck feels. Relax the ankles. We'll take 6 deep breaths. You can rise up. Go ahead and bend your left knee, so left foot in towards the right leg. You're going to take your right hand on your left thigh. I'm going to twist open with the left hand behind you. You might be feeling this in the inner right thigh, perhaps, and root down that right sit bone. It's going to want to lift. Optional, totally optional for the last 2 breaths is you keep the grip of your right hand on your left thigh, so I am mirroring you here. Okay, and you'll lift the left arm up and stretch it over your body. So it's like a little twist and a little extension. The gaze can go where it's comfortable. And come back up, change sides. Okay, so this is now your right foot to the inside of your left leg. And we'll go for a twist again. So left hand to right thigh, left and right hand behind you. Okay, and we'll twist open. Commonly, if we're really tight in the side body or in the twisting, all the muscles that are twisting right now in low back, your left sit bone will lift. So let's see if we can get that rooted down, that left side down. So when you twist, you're twisting more from the core and not compensating. Option for our last moments here is you can keep the grip of your left hand to the right thigh, and you would just reach the right arm up and lean a little to the left as we're twisting open. Good, rise up. Turn around to lay onto your back. Okay, as you lay onto your back, try not to get attacked by ants here. It's the only downside of Bali. It's like a lot of insects. Okay, so we lay on our back. Arms down beside you. We're just going to do some gentle movements through the spine, just 3. As you have your feet hip distance apart and your knees are right over your ankles, breathe in, lift your hips, lift your arms overhead. Tuck your chin in. And then exhale, come down. Maybe one day the hands and the bum can land to the ground at the same time. Please do 2 more on your own. Breathing in to lift. We'll bring your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Breathe in. And exhale, let your knees fall to the left, giving a big stretch through the right side of the body, right hip and the spine. And then you can change sides, twisting the other direction. This is a very open twist through the legs. If this doesn't feel nicely on your knees, you could have more closure between the legs. It could be knee to knee. You know, one knee on top of the other. And bring the knees back to center into your chest. Give yourself a little snuggle and a rock from side to side. A couple deep breaths. And the option here will be to do a little happy baby. So we're going to start by just having the hands on the tops of your knees. Open the knees really wide and let the hands be like weights on the outer knees, giving you a stretch through the inner thighs. And the secondary option, this is quite lovely right now, is to bring the soles of the feet to face the ceiling, like you're making a bit of a box between your ankles, knees, across. And we can grab the outside of the calves, or around the shins to the calves, and then weigh down the legs and slightly draw them apart. We have this, I feel like people think you have to put your hands on the feet, but if you're really tight, it actually creates more compression. It doesn't actually create a lot of space. So around the calves can be a really nice shift of mindset for this posture. And then you can rock. A moment of stillness. Some days I could stay in this all day. Just an hour of happy baby. Okay, and release your feet down. Lengthen your legs out for Shavasana. Ankles to the edges of your mat, palms face up. Although I'm sitting up for this one, you'll stay laying down, just so I can check my timing and not get attacked by ants. So as you lay down with the legs wide, palms face up, we can close the eyes and take 3 breaths to settle. Paying particular attention to a slightly lengthened exhale. So slowing the exhale down so it takes a little bit longer to breathe all of that air out in comparison to your inhale. Notice each of the contact points of your body to the earth, starting at your heels, to your calves, to the backs of the thighs, to the bum. Continuing to move up your body with your awareness of the weighted points of the body surrendering to the earth. A restorative quality always available to you as we consistently always have gravity upon us and the earth beneath us. Steadying our breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And a reminder as you go forth into your day to do these little check-ins if you can, even if it's just a minute or two, to notice how you feel and what is most beneficial for you going forward in each moment. Not what you think is needed or must be done or the explanation around that, but how do you feel, like what is needed? Okay, coming from the heart rather than always coming from the mind. Please rest here as long as you feel you need. It was a big practice, so a little more rest may be required. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.